My name is Manalisha, and today's conversation is going to be all about startups. Joining us is Amit Jain, the co-founder of Mitti Ke Rang. Mitti Ke Rang is a social venture that works towards generating a livelihood for women entrepreneurs by marketing their products on its e-commerce platform. It empowers women entrepreneurs, especially those from rural areas and small towns in India. How did you go about putting together a business plan for a marketplace such as Mitti Ke Rang? What are the factors that you kept in mind?
I think what we do now is the amalgamation of all the things which we have been doing from years, because we started Mitti Ke Rang in 2013 with a small initiative of collection of clothes, donation of books and everything. Over the years, we just kept doing a couple of social work. And then when I left my job in 2019 from the Bank of New York, I thought it's time to start something, entrepreneurship for the women entrepreneurs. Wherein the idea struck in with my co-founder, Mr. Saket Deshmukh. And in the initial days, we used to sell tea light candles near Diwali and all. After that, COVID happened. And then when I was backpacking across India, we met a lot of women entrepreneurs. The common problem that they want to do business, but platform is the biggest challenge. We thought we already have women from Pune. Let's open it for entire India. Wherein the idea came in and we started onboarding a lot of women entrepreneurs from different category of products. And that's how the entire, you could say, the e-commerce came into existence. And we properly started running from the 5th of April 2021. So that was a long journey of 8 years.
Okay. And while you decided to leave your full-time job and focus on this, how did you go about planning and charting out the business model?
Right. So in the initial days, it was all that the profit which we used to earn through the business, we used to give back to the women entrepreneurs and keep something for the technological part and all. But later on, we started going exactly into the model of e-commerce, wherein we're going to be charging a percentage of commission to all the women entrepreneurs only on the products which we are selling and not on onboarding on any other factor to start with. And that's how we started onboarding a lot of women entrepreneurs. I think the biggest positive side for us was we had a very small team, which means our expense was very low, due to which we were able to onboard a lot of entrepreneurs with zero cost. And along with that, when we started marketing it, because apart from the tech part, you need a lot of money on the advertising. But luckily, we had a great network over the period of years, because we have a great distribution. Again, our cost was zero. So again, we entirely relied on commission part from the product sold. And that's how the marketing, or you could say the financial part, started working out. We started getting good orders for the entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurs started shipping from their own home. So here again, we saved cost in going into the warehousing system, because if you keep a warehouse, then you have to pay a lot of money. So again, here we save money and we made more profit for women entrepreneurs and kept the lean very team. So that's how the business model started from there to here.
Okay, great. And how do you ensure that a venture like Mitti Ke Rang stands out from all the other marketplaces that are out there? Today, there's shopping option on social media platforms as well. So how do you ensure that?
Right. Even we used to think, how we would be doing this, because there are so many players out in the market. But I think one thing which really stood out for us, the biggest part, was distribution, because we had our own data of network with us on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, on social media, which really helped us to reach out to more people in a very less time. And adding to that, we had a trust within the consumers, within the people who know us from 7 to 8 years. So that trust, that network, and that 8 years consistency, when we launched the product, people started buying it. And once they bought it, then because our customer service was very good, we gave 100% refundable policy. So it kept increasing. And that's how the challenge that, okay, they are placed out in the market, that really didn't affect us a lot.
Okay, great. A couple of things that you mentioned right now about partnership and distribution, that has really stood out to me. So we will dive a little more into that in the later questions. But for now, you mentioned about 100% refund. And I believe that you don't enforce a particular kind of quality check on the products, and you do have the option of 100% refund. Even considering that, do you not think it as a risky move?
Yeah, I think probably because we have this. So what happens in e-commerce? I think the biggest factor why people don't shop online is the trust. Oh my God, my money will not be in a good use. They will not give my money back or not a product back. So we started doing this. My co-founder idea was this: okay, let's start this pop-up that 100% refundable, no question asked, because that gives consumers a sense of trust. Yeah, the money is in the right hand. If I don't like the product, they will return it back to me. So with that thought, we started it, and very honestly, because again, I'll repeat the same things: trust, consistency, and data. All things went into place pretty well, and people started using the products, and they started liking it. And then we got more and more orders. So people who didn't had a trust, after seeing the pop-up, they got the product, and with the service which we gave it to them, it went a long way. And also in our history, in Mitti Ke Rang, I tell to everybody, the more fed up customers with Mitti Ke Rang are the people who buy more from us. Because once they buy, because there might be a delay in logistics, shipment, or quality, because the service which we get, which we give it to the consumers, it really gives them the power, the motivation ki, yeah, they can trust us and they can give back the order to us once again.
Right. And while putting together the business plan and planning your financial projections, did you account for a particular percentage of orders that might, be asked for a refund, or that might not work out? They may not accept the order, things like that. How did you factor that in?
Right. So from the day one, we didn't entertain, or we didn't had a policy of COD. So that saved a lot of logistic and communication channel. Second, we are entirely into prepaid. So we get the money first, then the customer get the order. And when they get an order, so there are very less possibility where we did the refund of the product from the customer to the vendor, because it's mostly the food products or the product which they might use it. But if they don't like it, we started giving a full refund to them. Definitely, it was a loss for us in the initial days. But with that trust which the consumers gain from this activity, they started ordering more and more. So a lot of people, or even we were hesitant to do this, keeping in mind that the loss would be very high. But when we actually did that, the loss was very low. And because of the repeat customers, because there's a big saying in the e-commerce market, like what is your CAC? Like what's the cost of acquiring customer? For every brand, it's very high. For us, it was so low because we already had a great distribution. And then repeat orders plays a very important role. No matter you acquire lakhs of customers, but if they don't do retention of customers or orders, you won't grow. For us, it was so big that the small loss didn't pile up and the profit started piling up.
Okay, that's great. And you mentioned that you made a choice to not go for the COD option or the cash on delivery options. So can you point out the pros and cons of incorporating such an option?
Right. COD. Why do people opt for COD, cash on delivery? Because they don't trust. Because they don't know if the money will be utilized or they will get the product. Because the people on Amazon will hardly go for COD because we trust them that our product will be with us no matter what. So that's why what we did. So there's a very smart way. I think it might help a lot of e-commerce platforms. Abandoned checkout. Like what we had a practice from day one. Apart from the orders, we also kept a tab on checking abandoned orders. What does that mean? The checkouts which people have not done, like the proper checkout, it's in the abandoned cart. We used to reach out to customers. You won't believe, example, in a month, if we get 100 abandoned, we were able to convert 90 plus checkouts in doing a prepaid order. So when we reach out to them, hey, we have a order in an abandoned cart, 90% people came out to us, hey, is COD available? We weren't sure if our money is safe. But when they spoke to us, when we had a call with them, WhatsApp, and when you communicate, trust aa jata hai. You get a trust. And once you do that, the customer went onto the link, they just ordered. So that's why we didn't do the COD and we converted all the COD to the prepaid orders.